Hello everyone, and welcome to another News Coolum video and another charging site review. I'm here at the Camarillo Outlets just off of Highway 101 in Southern California. This is in Ventura County, and I'm on the promenade side of the Camarillo Outlets. So for those of you who have never been here, this is actually a pretty big outlet mall, and it's broken up across a couple of blocks, and this is the westernmost block of the Camarillo Outlets. And Electrify America put in a really nice site here. You know, I really like the design. It's got 10 ABB chargers. There are 2 350 kilowatt chargers, and then the other 8 are 150 kilowatt CCS chargers, and then there's one 50 kilowatt CHAdeMO head. And so it's a pretty standard configuration for Electrify America. It's just one of their larger sites with 10 total chargers. And honestly, they did a great job. Now, there is an EVgo charger on the other side of the outlets, 250 kilowatt chargers, but there's really no place to eat on that side. And then on the sort of back side but center of the outlet mall, they have some level 2 AC chargers. Fine if you're actually going to be shopping at the outlets, but you know, for the DC fast chargers, this is really more appropriate. Like I said, this is a really nice design. It's a really good charging site. It's only been open for maybe a week at this point, but I'm fairly local. I decided to swing by, and I'm charging up myself because I can't charge at home. And you know, it's nice to have these local chargers where you can just go out, maybe grab a meal, charge up, and then that way, you know, I'm going to drive 500 miles tomorrow. You know, I have a nice you know, charge on my car before I leave. So these local chargers are really important, but like I said, this site is also next to the freeway, which gives it sort of added usefulness and added utility. But yeah, let's just jump right into the site score. So for access, you know, this is still an outlet mall. No matter how well Electrify America placed these chargers here, you are still going to have issues gaining access during peak shopping times. This side of the freeway, anytime like it's a peak shopping time, these outlets are just packed. It's hard to get in during the holidays, during any gift buying season, right? And so even though these are sort of by the movie theater, sort of separated from a lot of the different stores, even these parking spaces get filled really, really quickly. So it's getting a point knocked off of it for that. And then the other thing is too, I've seen this trend with Electrify America. They're putting up these stanchions, and I get it, they want to put up signs that say, hey, no parking here unless you're an electric vehicle that's charging. But this site had the perfect opportunity, at least for some of these chargers, to offer full pull-through parking, and they put up the stanchions basically eliminating that as an option. And so I'm going to knock another point off for not having that full pull-through parking. So for access, it's only getting an 8 out of 10. Now for amenities, this is really strong. I'm going to give it a full 9 out of 10. Basically, almost all of the services that you would ask for at a charging stop are here. There are places to eat, there are places to shop. The only sort of knocks on it are there's no covering, right? There's no solar panel covering or anything like that. This is Camarillo, some of the nicest weather you're going to find. It's not that big of a deal, but it would still be nice to have some sort of a canopy over the chargers. On top of that, though, there is no level 2 here. There is level 2 at the outlets, but you know, it's not at this location, and Electrify America doesn't get credit for those level 2 chargers. And then, of course, this is still an outlet mall. It kind of, everybody packs up shop, everything sort of shuts down. So it's not really possible to gain 24-hour access to services like the bathroom or things like that. They do have security. It's a really safe location anyway, but yes, some services are going to be lacking. So it's only getting a 9 out of 10 for amenities. For site concentration, I sort of recently got a little bit more specific with how I'm scoring this. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Basically, the idea is after 12 chargers, I wouldn't give a higher score. I don't think that we need more than 12 chargers per site. Basically, it's diminishing returns at that point. So 10 chargers like this site has is just under that. So it's a 9 out of 10 for the site concentration. Outside of the access issues tied to shopping and just the parking lot being full, you are going to be very likely to come here and find an open charger that you're going to be able to access when you get here. 10 chargers all but assures open access to these chargers if you need to hook up and charge. Like I said, unless the parking lot is busy, you're going to be able to get in here, access one of these chargers and use it. So 9 out of 10 for site concentration. Now for site location, I'm giving this site a 9 out of 10. And the reason for that is, I feel like it's an important site. It's really well placed in terms of bridging the gap between Los Angeles and like Santa Barbara or San Luis Obispo. It's right off the freeway. There are 10 chargers here. They're faster than 50 kilowatt. So the site location is pretty important. It does assist local drivers like me right now. I don't have charging at home. I used to live in Camarillo. I had my Volt at the time, but I could actually charge that. But I was one of the only people in my apartment complex who could charge a plug-in vehicle at the time because I was literally dangling a 120 volt cord off of my balcony into the carport. So this type of a charger is going to even support local owners, local EV owners who happen to live in an apartment, don't have charging at home, whatever the case may be. So this is really important given, the population of EV owners in the area, but it's not that important. And the reason I say that is there are just a number of chargers along Highway 101. Even if I only had 10% battery right now in my Volt EV, I easily have a dozen DC fast chargers that I could reach from this point with only 5, 10, 15 miles of EV range. So there's a lot of chargers in this area, which sort of diminishes the importance of this site, but it's still important, right? I mean, it's a big deal to have 10 150 kilowatt or faster chargers just off of Highway 101, 50 to 100 miles outside of the greater Los Angeles area. So yeah, I think this is super important, and it's getting a 9 out of 10 for location. And then for speed, we have 350 kilowatt chargers here. There's nothing faster. There's nothing that charges faster than that right now. They're just sort of end of story. It's a 10 out of 10 for speed, as all of these faster 350 kilowatt Electrify America chargers are. Now that brings us to a final site score of 45 out of 50. That's another A-, right? So really, we're starting to see more of these Electrify America chargers actually score in the lower A range. This site isn't perfect. There's still some things that I would want to see changed. I really think we need to start emphasizing full pull-through parking. We have how many different EV trucks that are going to be coming onto market in the next year or two, maybe 3. If they're going to be planning to support those trucks while they're towing, while they have large loads, you kind of need to start planning these sites now rather than reacting to when those types of vehicles come onto the market. But otherwise, I really like this site. I like the layout. I like where they chose to place it given the site. There's a lot to like about this site, and if this is what a majority of Electrify America's sites look like moving forward, hey, we're living in pretty exciting times. So I'd love to hear what you think. Have you had a chance to come over to the Camarillo outlets before? Have you used like the EVgo chargers that are just down the street? Will these be useful to you, or do you travel up and down Highway 101 a lot? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and thank you for watching.